Sony has officially confirmed some details, including the official name and release date, so let's dive in. Here's everything we know so far about the PlayStation 5. After months of rumors, Sony has now confirmed the PS5 release date is holiday 2020, setting up a battle royale between the PS5 and Xbox Project Scarlet for Christmas 2020. Previously, in an interview with Wired, Sony had only said that the PlayStation 5 would not be available before April 2020. Now the company has finally gone on record with an end-of-year PS5 release. It's rumored the console might be unveiled at an event called PlayStation Meeting 2020. Could this mean discounts on the PS4 this Black Friday? We shall see. Will the PlayStation 5 have a 4K Blu-ray drive? Yes, the PS5 will play 4K Blu-rays. Sony initially only confirmed the PS5 will have an optical disc drive, but has now, according to Wired, confirmed the presence of a 4K Blu-ray player. It was disappointing that the PlayStation 4 didn't include a 4K Blu-ray drive, so we're glad to see Sony supporting the 4K disc format in the new console. Currently both the Xbox One S and X come with 4K disc drives, which give them extra appeal over the PS4 for home cinema enthusiasts. But the PS5 will bring the Ultra HD Blu-ray fight to Xbox. Will the PlayStation 5 support 8K video? The PS5 will support 8K video, at least to an extent. The PlayStation 5 will ship with an AMD Ryzen chip, a 7nm chip on Zen 2 architecture, and a GPU from the Radeon Navi family. It will also come with SSD storage. The promise from this trio of hardware is fast load times, large bandwidth capabilities and oodles of graphics grunt. Enough grunt to play true, native 8K gaming? Perhaps, but possibly only when dealing with simpler titles. Big-budget blockbusters might well employ a new version of the sort of checkerboard upscaling that Sony currently uses to make PS4 Pro games look great on a 4K display. Both the PS4 and PS4 Pro are already HDR-enabled, supporting the HDR10 format, and there's no reason to believe that this would be any different for the PS5. Will we see a more advanced version of HDR? We certainly wouldn't rule it out, but nothing has so far been announced on that front. One idea currently doing the rounds is that Sony will announce a PS5 and a PS5 Pro at launch. That's according to YouTuber Zenj Nishikawa. It's expected that the PS5 Pro will be much more powerful and offer more features like 8K video and higher frame rates. PlayStation 5 audio, will the PS5 support Dolby Atmos? We hope so. Again, the current crop of Xbox One consoles outstrips the PS4 in the audio department, certainly on paper, with Sony's consoles limited to 7.1 audio. Microsoft's machines, on the other hand, both come with Dolby Atmos and DTS-X audio for gaming and for 4K Blu-ray playback, although Sony has promised that the PS5 will herald a new gold standard in audio. Its claimed to redesigned 3D audio engine will deliver more immersive sound, and this will apparently require no new hardware to achieve. It will simply work through your existing TV speakers and compatible headphones. Make of that what you will. Could this mean the console will be compatible with Sony's own 360 reality audio format? We think so. Hopefully there will be Dolby Atmos support for both gaming and movie content straight out of the box. Of course, you'll still need a compatible AV receiver and speaker setup to truly appreciate the extra dimension of height that Dolby Atmos adds, but if you've already got a tasty 5.1.2 system installed or are planning to do so, this would be the icing on the cake. PlayStation 5 console. On the 13th of August, a patent was registered as a Sony electronic device and listed Sony technical director Yasuhiro Utori as its designer, as filed, apparently, back in May 2019. It's certainly a design change from the PS4 with its, possibly vented, central flying V. It looks to be 5 USB ports at the front for headphones, controllers, hard drives and other accessories. There's an optical drive and other than that there's not much one can tell. One thing we do know for sure is that the PS5 will be a more environmentally friendly games console than the PS4. The head of Sony Interactive Entertainment, Jim Ryan, revealed a feature called suspended gameplay, which gets through less power than the current console. If it was used by 1 million PS5 owners, that would represent a reduction in electricity consumption equivalent to 1,000 US households. PlayStation 5 VR, will the PS5 be PSVR compatible? Most definitely. Comments from Mark Cerny point towards an even bigger VR push from Sony with the PS5. VR technology is set to be hard designed into the build of the GPU. He didn't mention whether there would be a PlayStation VR 2 headset launched to go with the PS5 though. Given PSVR is not as strong on resolution as other headsets such as the Oculus Rift or HTC Vive, it could make sense to launch a suitably powerful and impressive next-generation headset with the new console. One interesting twist is Sony may be working on a 3D hologram accessory for the PS5 for multiplayer games. Which PlayStation 5 games have been announced? Expect plenty of announcements in the run-up to the 2020 launch, but there's been nothing official from Sony on PS5 launch titles. That said, we've spotted a few clues here and they're dropped by the game's developers themselves. CD Projekt Red, the developer behind the popular Witcher franchise, has confirmed that its dystopian future game Cyberpunk 2077 is being developed for next-generation consoles, which will doubtless include the PS5. Other than Cyberpunk 2077, it's all educated guesswork at the moment. However, there's plenty of talk around the likes of post-apocalyptic adventure The Last of Us, Part 2, Starfield, a brand new space RPG from Bethesda Studios and the next installment of Bethesda fantasy epic, The Elder Scrolls 6. Other games long since trailered but possibly waiting for the next wave of console launches include Feudal Japan Adventure, Ghost of Tsushima, and Hideo Kojima's next project, Death Stranding. Indeed, according to the 13th of August PS5 leak, Ghost of Tsushima is a sure thing and will be a PS5 exclusive. It's unclear whether it will be ready from developer Sucker Punch at launch, though. PlayStation 5 games, will the PS5 be backwards compatible? Incredibly powerful, that's how Sony has described the backwards compatibility of the PS5, which is potentially good news for both PS5 owners and PS4 owners who don't wish to upgrade just yet but still want to play online with their friends that do. What's not clear is whether this backwards compatibility will be a blanket implementation, or whether it will only work for certain titles. We'd guess a large number of PS4 titles will be compatible, but it will be hit and miss with older PlayStation games. One online report suggests that the PlayStation 5 will be able to act as an emulator for PS4, PS3, PS2, and even original PlayStation games, but we'll have to wait to see how much truth there is in that. Fingers crossed. PlayStation 5 games. It's believed Sony will increase its focus on the subscription-based PlayStation Now cloud gaming platform and its remote play feature too. Microsoft and Sony recently announced that they're working together on cloud computing technologies, which will almost certainly give a boost to PlayStation Now. Until now, the platform has been incomplete as far as top gaming titles go, and there have been issues with lag and disconnects. Sony also filed a patent back in 2014 for a service whereby PlayStation games on the platform could be streamed to user devices other than the console itself, something to rival the upcoming Google Stadia and Microsoft xCloud platforms. Sony is looking to 5G technology to help out while gaming on the move with remote play. The service currently allows players to stream games from their consoles to other devices such as tablets, mobiles and the handheld PS Vita. However, this might be bundled in as part of an all-new online platform. Another interesting part of the connectivity proposal is that it could link players up to a voice assistant. Rumors are that Sony is working on a service which can provide in-game help, including whereabouts of game objects as well as hints and tips. If applied with the proper contextual cues, it should be far more efficient than a separate internet search. Okay, PlayStation, give me the cheat codes. PlayStation 5 DualShock 5 controllers. With each new PlayStation normally comes a new DualShock controller. And Sony has now confirmed the new controller and a couple of features. Sony says it's adopting haptic feedback to replace the rumble technology with a broader range of more realistic feedback, and launching something it's calling adaptive triggers. Previously, a leaked image from a developer kit in March 2019 showed a device with a touchscreen on top, which did not go down well with gamers, given the extra battery drain of a display. Of course, this image could be a fake. What would this screen be for? Well, some have suggested the controller could become a smart device and the screen could be for controlling other bits of kit or, indeed, be used to display notifications from your smartphone. Whether this kind of interactive Swiss Army knife type design is really what people want is debatable. Automatic charging over Wi-Fi has been discussed by fans as a way of powering such a controller, and, while that sounds interesting, all of this technology would almost certainly add extra pounds or dollars to the final retail price. PlayStation 5 price. The PS5 price is likely to be under wraps until closer to launch at the back end of 2020. The original PlayStation and PS2 launched at £299 per $299, the PS3 started at £425 per $499 and the more recent PS4 came in at £350 per $399. The sensible guess for the PS5 right now is that it will sit just above the PS4, perhaps around £499 per $499. This kind of extrapolation may not be entirely accurate, however. The trade war between China and America may well have an effect when it comes to manufacture and shipping. Indeed, back in June 2019, Nintendo, Sony and Microsoft issued a joint statement warning of such price rises if the trade war continues. Enjoy that one at your leisure. The result could mean a considerably more expensive device, another reason, perhaps, why there may be two consoles launched, an expensive PS5 Pro and a more affordable PS5. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to PS5 Actual to see more videos like this one.